Hi guys, what's up? It's Maddie. We're doing a little sit down video. We're gonna do our makeup and chit chat. I've been wanting to film an updated get ready with me makeup routine video for a while now and just catch you guys up on what products I've been using. But I thought we could also make this nice and chatty, do a little Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions or just send me some topics that you want me to talk about. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, definitely go do that so you guys can send me questions for future videos and also just keep up with more of my day-to-day life. I usually get ready in my bathroom, but that's not like the cutest filming setup, so I have a makeshift little desk vanity going on with all my makeup in front of me just in the middle of my living room. So hopefully this works. I just did a little bit of skincare so that can like soak into my face before I start makeup. So I used this Sephora collection vitamin C and E super glow serum. I really love this, and this is a super affordable serum. I don't use this in my like everyday skincare routine, but I really like it when I'm prepping my skin for makeup because I feel like it makes my skin so glowy and makeup just goes on really nicely on top of it. So I put that all over my face and then followed up with the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream as my moisturizer. Don't need to tell you guys anything about this. You know this is my favorite moisturizer ever. While that sinks into my face, I'm gonna actually do my hair, and I wanna do a little slick back bun moment. I am on, I think, day 4 hair, so it's definitely needing a wash. I think I'm gonna wash it tonight. When my hair is feeling dirty, it's nice to just throw it up in a bun. I used to never do like the sleek back bun or ponytail look because I have a really big forehead and I just feel like the slicked back hair really emphasizes it. But I've been trying to get over it, face my insecurity, and just go for the sleek back look. I basically section off the top of my hair, so like the sections that are gonna need to be smoothed out, and then I literally tie them in the front just to get these sections out of the way. Looking really cute. And then we put all of this back hair into a ponytail. That gets that hair out of the way. Then we do the actual smoothing part. I just use good old-fashioned hair gel. This is Tresemme hair gel. I also have one of these brushes. This helps a lot with smoothing the top parts. I basically just take a good amount of hair gel and rub it in my hands and then put it along the top of my head where I'm going to be smoothing. And then I use this brush to actually shape my hair where I want it. And then, this is the key, instead of tying it up with a hair tie, I just use a bobby pin because I feel like I have more control over my hair versus when I try to like sleek it back and then tie it into a ponytail right away. I feel like then it gets unsmooth. So I just pin it back as close to the ponytail that I already have as possible. And we do the other side. Also, I don't have like a handheld mirror or anything, so I'm like kind of in front of my big standing mirror in my living room, but also like the camera and the ring light are blocking it, so I can barely see what I'm doing, but it's fine. Cool, so that's about as smooth as it's gonna get. And then for the bun part, I'm gonna try to show you this the best I can. Basically, I have another hair tie and I just gather all the hair that's in the ponytail and the hair that's pinned back. I wrap the hair tie around once, then wrap it around again, but only pull it about this much, and then you twist. Then you take all this excess hair and wrap it around the bun part. And then you wrap the hair tie around again, and it's done. I have some pieces sticking out, so I kind of just take bobby pins and pin things where I want them. I also like the bun to be kind of messy in the back with like pieces sticking up. I just kind of mess around with it until I like where it's at. And that is pretty much it. Here's what the back looks like. I don't even know what it looks like, but hopefully it looks good. Okay, hair is up, it's out of the way. We're embracing the big forehead, it's fine. And now let's get started with makeup. I'm not getting ready to go anywhere right now. I just felt like doing my makeup, and I have some TikToks to film as well. So I was like, let me just film and get ready with me, shoot some content, and then probably take my makeup right off after. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter as like a base to my foundation. I just put this all over, and then before even blending this out, go over it with whatever foundation I'm doing, and it just makes your skin super glowy. You can use this on its own, but there's really no coverage. It's almost like a very subtle liquid highlighter that you can mix in with foundations. I'm just gonna put this all over. And then for foundation, I switch up foundations all the time. If I'm going out at night, I usually use the Arbani Luminous Silk foundation. That's the best when I want a little bit more coverage. But if I'm just doing a more natural daytime look, I kind of switch between a few different options. Today I'm gonna use this Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer. I used to have this back in the day, and it was my favorite tinted moisturizer ever. And then I ran out of it and didn't buy it again, and then they just sent me this recently, and I've been using it again and forgot how much I loved it. So I have the shade Natural. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand, about this much, and then just put this all over right on top of the Flawless filter. If I'm not using this, I've also been loving the Say Slip Tint. That one's a little bit even more like natural sheer, but it just gives your skin a really nice like evening out and makes your skin super glowy. Or an OG favorite of mine, I also love the It Cosmetics CC cream. That one's a little more coverage than this Laura Mercier one, so this is kind of like a middle option, but I just love how glowy it is, especially with the Flawless filter mixed in. While I'm blending this out, I'm gonna pull up the questions that you guys asked. One question slash topic that I was seeing the most of was just how I'm liking working full-time and how I've been balancing working full-time and also creating content, and yeah, just kind of like an overall job update. So if you guys are new here, welcome. I am not a full-time influencer. I work full-time doing influencer marketing for an agency. So that is like my Monday to Thursday, sometimes Friday job. We have a 4-day work week, which is the best, which also really helps me with balancing doing content as well. I've been at this job for about a year now, which is crazy. I started as an intern last August and then went full-time in January. So I've been full-time for like 8 months, but at this company for about a year, and I love it. I love my job. I love working full-time. That's probably not the case for most people, but I've talked about this a lot before. I did influencing full-time for a little over a year, and it was just not for me. I prefer to have something like outside of just myself to be working on, and I also like just having more structure. But yeah, when it comes to balancing, it definitely is not always easy. It kind of depends on what I have going on at work, because if I have like a really busy week, then by the time I log off work, I'm like dead and I have no energy to then post on Instagram or edit a video. But I would say I am able to balance it most of the time. Like I said, because of the 4-day work week. So I've kind of made Fridays my content days. So that's when I catch up on emails, catch up on editing videos, things like that. So I feel like that works well for me, because then it's still like a Friday. It's not quite the weekend yet. So I'm still kind of in like a productive work mode, and I'm just working on my own like social media influencer stuff instead of work. So the 4-day work week is huge. I honestly don't know if I could balance it as well if I didn't have that. So very lucky that my company does that. I'm drinking kombucha out of a wine glass, by the way. I wanted a little beverage to sip on. These are my favorite wine glasses, by the way. They're from Crate & Barrel. Before I move on, just look at that base. Like, how beautiful is that tinted moisturizer Flawless filter combo? Next, I'm gonna do a little cream contour. This Rare Beauty contour stick instantly became my favorite cream bronzer I've ever used. This is in the shade Happy Soul. It just glides on your skin so smoothly. It's so easy to blend out. It's just the best. Like, I've tried a lot of other cream bronzers and none of them blend out as easily as this one. Also, I've been getting better at being realistic with myself with what I can get done in a day. Basically, I always start my week by creating a to-do list in my phone, in my notes app, just doing a little checklist like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, checklist of everything that I need to get done each day. I've done this forever. To-do lists are the only way I stay sane, but I was noticing that I was putting too much in my to-do list for one day and then it wasn't getting done. For example, it would be like a Monday and I would be like, okay, I need to work all day and then at night I'm going to edit this video, also cook dinner, also go to the gym, also respond to these emails, also send selects for whatever brand deal, and just have all these things. And then I would log off of work at 7 o'clock and be so exhausted that none of it would actually get done. So I've been trying to be more realistic with the amount of energy that I'll have in an evening after work, because I always put things off until evenings after work and then it doesn't get done because I'm usually too tired, and after work all I want to do is eat dinner and go to sleep. So just in the past few weeks, I've really been trying to not put any content work on my to-do list Monday to Thursday, because I just need to focus on my full-time job on those days and then self-care after, and not worry about having all these other work tasks to get done after I spent a full day working. Again, I've really been trying to divide up my days: Monday to Thursday, full-time work; Friday, content work. Sometimes that trickles into the weekend, but trying not to do too much social media work throughout my regular work week. Not sure if that totally made sense, but hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. But yeah, every week is different. Just trying my best to balance it all, and also balance having a social life and working out and eating healthy and all of the above. So take it day by day. Next topic slash question: favorite summer memory, and did you get to do everything you wanted to do this summer? Basically just a recap of my summer since we're officially in fall now. I would say that I did do everything I wanted to do this summer, surprisingly, because I feel like I usually look back on summer and I'm like, oh, I didn't do enough of this, I didn't get to do this. But I honestly feel like I had a really great, fun, fulfilling summer. I got to travel to Morocco for 10 days with my mom, and that was amazing. That vlog is already up if you guys haven't seen it. So that was obviously incredible, and that was like my big trip of the year. I also feel like I spent a lot of time with friends this summer and really prioritized just having fun and having a social life. I feel like that's what summer's all about. I did a good job of saying yes to things and not being the introverted homebody that I usually am, but at the same time also saying no when I genuinely like didn't want to leave my house or had too much to get done and going out wasn't the right option. I feel like I balanced that well. I definitely am excited for fall because there are just less social obligations, and I do kind of miss my routine, miss being more wholesome in bed at 10 o'clock vibes. By the way, going in with concealer, Tarte Shape Tape, you know the drill. Just because summer, I feel like every single weekend there's something going on. It's always someone's birthday or a holiday or something, and it's fun, but it gets super overwhelming, and I have a very small social battery that runs out really quickly. So I am really excited for fall because there's just less going on, but I do feel like I said yes to a lot of things this summer. I have a lot of fun memories. I'm trying to think of like my top memories. Definitely Morocco in general was my top, specifically the desert tour and riding camels through the Sahara Desert at sunset and glamping in the middle of the desert. That is like unreal. I also had a really good birthday this year. My birthday's in June, and I just had the best birthday party ever. I just got to spend it with all my friends and it was so fun, and that was definitely a top memory of summer as well. Lots of fun memories, but happy that we're entering fall. Which, speaking of fall, I remember someone asked what are my staple essential fall clothing items. I've been doing some fall shopping, doing lots of Pinteresting lately, so I wanted to share what my key staple items would be. Number one, a good pair of jeans. You need a good pair of like mid-wash, high-rise, full-length, non-ripped jeans. Going in with blush, Rare Beauty in the shade Happy. I always put on blush and I'm like, oh my god, I went so heavy-handed, but then at the end, once I have powder and everything on, it looks totally normal. So don't be alarmed if it looks like I'm putting on a lot of blush. Another staple fall item that everyone needs is a black oversized leather jacket. Also a blazer. I have my tan Princess Polly one that I wear all the time. Definitely a pair of black boots. Definitely some basic neutral bodysuits. I would get a mix of like tank ones and also long sleeve ones that you can layer with jackets or blazers or sweaters. Always have to have good layering pieces. Someone asked, do you plan on moving again soon? I am definitely in this apartment until April of 2023. I signed a 15-month lease when I moved in here. Also just using Rare Beauty highlighter in shade Mesmerize. I'm realizing that my whole like bronzer, blush, highlight routine is all Rare Beauty, but their products are just the best. But yeah, not moving until at least April of next year, so I have some time, but I would honestly renew my lease here. I love where I live. There are obviously things that I don't love about this apartment, like ugly floors. It's just an older style building, so it's not like super modern, but I really just love the location of my building. And I also have so much space in this apartment, like so much closet space, storage space. Yeah, I feel like I've realized in living in different apartments like what's important to me and what's not. And I used to go way more based off of like the aesthetic of the apartment and like how modern it was. I found just in living in different places, location is really the number one thing for me, and then is space, like just having space for Lennon to run around and space for my clothes, things like that. I just value space more than I do like having certain finishes on things. So long story short, I would stay here. It'll definitely depend on if they raise my rent. I'm kind of scared for that just because since I moved into this place, rent prices in Jersey, in New York, they've skyrocketed. So I'm a little nervous. Hopefully the housing market like chills out by then. But yeah, it'll just depend on that. But ideally I would like to stay here so that I don't have to deal with moving too soon. This is all of the liquid and cream products on my face done. Before I powder, I like to use setting spray because I feel like it locks all of these cream products in and makes my makeup last so much longer. So I'll do setting spray right before I do powder, and then I also do setting spray at the end to lock all the powders in. I'm gonna try this Laura Mercier brightening powder for the first time. I have used the translucent powder my entire life basically, but they also just sent me the brightening powder. Hopefully this doesn't give me like a white cast, but I want to try it out. Favorite artist / songs at the moment. Literally all I've been listening to is Renaissance. Like ever since it came out, all I've listened to is Beyonce. I don't know what the consensus is. I believe that saying Renaissance is Beyonce's best album of all time is a controversial opinion, but that is my opinion. And I like, old Beyonce is my shit. Like I listen to Beyonce all the time. She's always in my top 5 Spotify Wrapped artists. Like I love me some old school Beyonce, and still I think that Renaissance is her best album. I know that's probably not what the average Beyonce fan would say, but I just love it. I love this resurgence of like 90s house music. I just love it so much. Favorite songs from Renaissance? Literally all of them. Like there are no skips. I love Heated. I love Summer Renaissance. Pure Honey is probably my top favorite. Energy, Cuff It, obviously. That's like half the album, but it's so good. Okay, trying this powder. I'm scared. Okay, I don't think it's like too white. Okay, I like that powder a lot. Also for setting my face, I've been loving the Kosas Cloud Set. I have the shade Feathery. I love this because, as I've said a million times, I want my skin to be glowing, and I feel like if I set my whole face with any other powder, it just mattifies it. But this keeps the glow somehow. Like, it prevents you from looking shiny, but it still keeps you looking glowy where you want to be, if that makes sense. Like, look at my forehead. It still has like a glow to it, but I don't look too shiny. I love throwing this powder in my bag and touching up throughout the day. It never looks cakey. Just had to change the battery of my camera, so we're back. Next topic, budgeting for the month / how do I organize my money. I could also do a full video on this. I've also been wanting to do another what I spend in a week or what I spend in a month. Let me know if you guys would want to see that. Also, just gonna bronze my face with the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I sit down at the start of every month and do my budget for the month. I have this Excel spreadsheet, like ongoing document, and I just have a tab for each month. So I go through my bank statements and categorize every single purchase into whatever category it belongs to. So I have like rent, utilities, car, parking, Wi-Fi, phone bill, like all of those recurring expenses. And then I also have food and drinks, transportation like Uber, Metro card, shopping, self-care things like nails, hair, anything like that. You get it. I just categorize everything and put it all in my expenses section of my spreadsheet. Then I also have my income section. So I have all my income from my full-time job, as well as any brand deal money, any AdSense money, any affiliate link money, and then I can see all the money that I made and spent that month. And then from there, I organize whatever money I have left after my expenses. So always put some money into savings. I have a high yield savings account through Goldman Sachs, which I highly recommend their high yield savings account. The interest rate is popping off right now. I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to sign up. I think then I get like a higher interest rate, and you would also get a higher interest rate if you sign up. Not sponsored at all. But yeah, I just transfer whatever money I can to savings. I also pay off any credit card payments that I need to. I try to put pretty much all of my expenses on my United card because then I get miles that I can use for travel. I also put money aside for student loans. I still have quite a bit of student loan debt that I am paying off, so I've been slowly but surely making payments on that. Even though there's been a pause, I've still been trying to make payments here and there. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. I do all my month-to-month finances myself. I just have an accountant who does my taxes at the end of the year. Like I said, I can never have enough blush, so just putting on some NARS Orgasm blush over top, which this is like a shimmery blush, so I feel like it's kind of a blush and highlight in one. And that is pretty much it for my skin. So now I'm just gonna do eyebrows, mascara, lips, and then we're done. For eyebrows, my brow routine has not changed in forever. I just lightly fill them in with Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe, and then set them with Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Tips on getting a job after graduation. I definitely struggled with this, which is why I ended up being an intern for a few months before I landed a full-time job. But I was also job hunting during like 2020/2021, so it was hard times, which I feel like it's still hard times now. There's just a lot of like unknown with the economic situation right now, and I feel like a lot of companies aren't really hiring right now. And I have a few friends that want to leave their current job but are having a really hard time finding a new job. So it's definitely still a hard time. So if you are currently job hunting, don't take it personally if you're having a hard time, because it's just kind of the way things are right now and have been for a few years. You have to just stay motivated, as discouraging as it gets. I think I applied for like 40 something jobs before I ever landed the internship that I got, which led to my full-time job. So it definitely takes a lot of patience. Obviously use like the normal tools like LinkedIn to job search, but as much as you can, find companies that you really want to work for and go to their actual websites and apply through their job listings through their websites if possible, versus like applying on LinkedIn. And then also, if you can find anyone that works for that company, especially if it's like an HR hiring person, but honestly anyone that works for a company that you want to work for, don't be scared to personally shoot them an email, DM them, whatever you got to do to get their attention. That will just help you stand out among the hundreds or thousands of other applicants. A lot of the LinkedIn job postings are just automated, so a real person isn't even seeing your resume until it gets to a certain round. So it definitely helps to have some sort of personal connection or just reach out directly to an actual human. Don't be scared to email, DM people. The worst that can happen is they say no or don't respond, and then you move on to the next job listing. So also don't be afraid to reach out to companies that don't explicitly have jobs posted or don't explicitly say that they're hiring. Sometimes there's still opportunity for you to just get your name out there, and there could be room for you even if there's not a job listing posted. Okay, I can't talk and do my eyebrows, so I'm gonna do my brows really quickly and then resume talking. Any travel plans for the upcoming year? I actually don't have any like big travel plans coming up. I'm taking a little long weekend trip to Boston in October. My friends and I are gonna drive to Boston. We're staying in Boston, but we're also gonna do at least one little day trip to Salem and have some like fun spooky season fall festivities. So I'm really excited about that. That's all I have confirmed. I definitely want to go somewhere warm and tropical in like December, January, just because I know my seasonal depression will be hitting. Okay, doing mascara. This is a brand new L'Oreal Telescopic. I always do my bottom lashes first. The face that I make doing my bottom lashes makes my top lashes touch up here. So it doesn't make sense to do my top lashes first because then it gets all over my eyelid. Finishing off this makeup look, I'm gonna do my lips, starting by lining them with Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Finishing off with the Clarins, what is this called? Lip oil, lip comfort oil in the shade Raspberry. I really like this lip oil. It looks like it would be like a crazy hot pink in the bottle, but once you put it on, it's actually very sheer and natural, and it just gives your lips a really nice pink tint. This with Pillow Talk, it's the best combo. Okay guys, that is the finished makeup look. This is what I've been doing on my face pretty much every time I put on makeup for the past few weeks. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was so fun just sitting down and chatting and doing my makeup, catching up with you guys. All the products that I used and talked about will be linked down below, of course. That's it from me. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and follow me on Instagram to keep up with more of my day-to-day life over there. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in a new video very soon. Bye.